So I have been waiting to get the right time to do content, and today is that day. So I was thinking I'm done with my day and I was excited to just go and rest until I got this call. Unfortunately, I had missed it, but then she dropped a message and she said she needed 30 chapatis and she needed them soonest time possible. So we are going to be making 30 chapatis in this video and follow through because it's more like a white chapati tutorial, and I'll be explaining as we go. So in this basin I've put 12 cups of flour, all-purpose flour, and I'm also going to be adding 1200 ml of water, which I have already done. Now I had already added salt to that flour until she said she wanted a mix of salt and sugar. She was taking a while to respond, so when she did, I had to add sugar. So in this mix we have salt and sugar. Now this is most likely the most challenging bit. Well, besides rolling, people find it a bit challenging to knead the dough, and most of it has to do with the fact that they do not know the right quantities of what goes where. And once you have hacked or have known the right quantities, becomes very easy and you will enjoy every single step of chapati making. It is not a job for the faint-hearted. You have to be very patient. Even the dough making process requires a lot of patience. Now I'm going to show you something and you will observe as we go. At the beginning of this, the dough is quite sticky. It's sticking both on my palms and on the table, but resist the temptation. Resist the temptation of adding flour to this dough. Remember, you added the right quantities of water. Everything was as per required quantity, so you do not want to alter that. Keep kneading your dough until it stops sticking on your palms and on the table. That is the truest test of a well-kneaded dough. Also to notice that I've not added any cooking oil at this particular point. There are people who usually add at the beginning. I don't find it necessary. So I'm continuously kneading this dough until I am assured that it is well kneaded, and the only way I'll get to know that it's when it completely stops sticking on my palms and on the table. And at this point I'm almost done, but I'm just stretching it to make sure there are no lumps of flour left in between. And once I'm convinced it's good, that is when I add a tablespoon of oil on one side and another tablespoon of oil on the other side. Need some more, not too much, just enough to mix or incorporate the oil into the dough. And once that is done, your dough is set. You can let this dough sit for 10 minutes. As we wait, kindly hit that like and subscribe button because I'm going to be bombarding you with a lot of content coming here. Now, I let this dough sit for 10 minutes. I had paused the video. I've tried to not edit out any part, so I'm just using at ×2 speed so that you do not miss on any point. As you can see, at this point the dough is very stretchy and easy to work with. So remember, we expect to get 30 pieces of dough balls because these are 12 cups equivalent to 30 chapatis. So if you want to make chapatis, especially the plain white ones, the guiding rule should be 4 cups, 400 ml of water, 10 chapatis. Then you can go on multiplying as you go. So people have asked me so many times, how do you get the perfect dough ball shaped? I know that people would prefer to use a knife to cut out their dough, but for me, I usually use the space between my thumb and my index finger to just get that head start. It helps in shaping your dough ball, so you do not need to do much. And another thing about dividing or portioning your dough into the required number of chapatis, where you're beginning to learn, I'll advise that you take it as you would in an exam room. Say for example, you've been given a test and you're told this is what you need to do. It's out of 30, you need to get it. The goal should be getting 30 marks. You might not get it, but in this case, look at that dough and divide it, subdivide it until you get the right number of dough balls that you want. Because for me, the size of the chapatis that I make is usually enough. People have told me they're not too thin, they're not too thick, and that is just the right size of a chapati. So if I tell you the 4 cups of flour will give you 10 chapatis, once you have kneaded your dough, sit down and imagine 10 dough balls sitting in front of you. So you have to do whatever you have to do and subdivide your dough until you get the right number of chapatis. At this point, you're 20 chapatis down, 10 more to go. And as I know, this can get boring, but if you're still up to this point, thank you so much for not giving up or dropping off. Kindly watch this video until the end, and let me know if you like it. Also comment down below if you feel like this kind of explanation is enough. I know I have not listed the ingredients. I will list them in the description box below, so once you're done watching and you want, in case you want to have the recipe down, it will be in the description box. However, I also have a cookbook. You can purchase that cookbook. It's called the Ultimate Chapati Cookbook. I'll add it here as the pop-up image so that you can also see. And if you want to get yourself a copy, you can always hit me up on my numbers. They are everywhere on my social media platforms. I call myself Chapati Mistress across every social media platform, so my number is always everywhere in my bio. You can always WhatsApp that number for any kind of inquiry, be it to place your order or even to buy some of these things that I sell, like the cookbook and the merchandise. I have capes, I have t-shirts, so kindly save that number. And as you can see, we already got the 30 pieces, and that is all you need. You need precision, because when it comes to business, or even when you're doing your own cooking, you do not want to incur losses. Sometimes you might end up making more than you required and can result to wasting food. So kindly embrace precision, embrace quantifying your recipes. It is such a life-saving skill. Now here I'm just dusting the dough balls, and at this point they cannot stick onto each other, because now when you dusted them the way you have, it allows them to just sit on each other without sticking or even just being side by side. Now, at this particular stage, shape doesn't really matter. All you're trying to do is create a surface where you can apply oil, as it would be necessary for you to use the rolled up oil dough balls so that you can layer up your chapatis. Remember, you have an option. You can stop at the other stage where you just have the plain dough balls and cook your chapatis, but they will not end up layered. And like we always say, nothing good comes easy. You have to go that extra mile, and it would be definitely a worthwhile one. So kindly don't skip this stage. If you want to make well layered chapatis, you have to go through this stage. I know there are many ways of making layered chapatis, then this is just what works for me. One reason I do it individually, like I will be oiling and folding each of these dough balls, is that it becomes easy to even have, evenly shaped chapatis. Also, it makes the layers pop all the more. All right, but I know there are several, many other options available out here, but I'm only giving you what works for Chapati Mistress. And before I forget, kindly guys, let's subscribe. Let's get to 7,000 subscribers. I am so happy with the growth so far, owing to the fact that I don't post as often, and I do not take it for granted. So kindly keep watching, like, share, comment, let me know if you are liking this kind of a video. Now, as you can see, we're almost done with this, and once that is done, you have to repeat this process with each and every dough ball here. So you'll take your oil, apply on the surface, dust that dough ball on the side that you've applied the oil, and fold it. The reason why I'm pressing them with the oil is so that they do not dry out. As you notice, I'm not covering them immediately. I put them on the tray. So the oil that you're applying after folding, it serves as an insulation. It protects the dough balls from drying out, since in as much as you cannot see it with your naked eye, there is moving air all over, and that is what causes the dough to dry out. So when you're rolling it, if you do not cover it or apply the oil, it tends to break, and it's not a pleasant experience, or it's not a pleasant thing. So you want to protect your dough as much as you can. And for the time that I'll be folding this, which is approximately 10 minutes, it takes me 10 minutes to roll and fold the dough balls, I will have insulated them from the moving air, and they cannot dry out. At no given point will they dry out. So this is just me trying to, hurry up, because again, this particular lady told me that these chapatis are supposed to live with someone that is going to the UK. Can you comment down below and let me know who you think it is? I'll give you a hint. And I know it's a sad one. A few weeks ago, we lost one of the most popular Kikuyu gospel artists, Betty Bayo. May her gentle soul rest in peace. Betty was my customer. She used to buy chapatis, but the first time they were ordered by her husband, Tash, He's the one who reached out and ordered, and I did not know who they belonged to until he shared now Betty's number and the address details. And I would say for sure she was a blessing to so many people, and I count myself lucky to have even served her and her family. So when she passed on, I actually offered to do the snacks for them for the few days they were having visitors at Edenville. And I believe through that, this particular friend of hers learned about me. Now, do you see what I'm talking about? That she may be gone, but she has also blessed me with more customers. So I still feel, I mean, every time I get to serve somebody related to her, I know that had it not been for her, they probably would not have known me. So I do not take it for granted. Back to the story. Do you now have a clue who this is? Do you think you already know who they are going to? And I'm not going to tell you this until now, the next video. So you'll have to guess and comment down below. Let me know if you think you know who these chapatis belong to. And that is why I'm in a haste. I'm trying as much as I can. And as much as I always do quality chapatis, time is of essence. And I always tell you, time is money. I mean, if you're slow, it means less chapatis, less mullah. So please kindly incorporate both speed and quality. They go hand in hand, not might. This is voiceover thing. I'm really trying. I really hope you like it. The reason I'm doing a voiceover is because when I was recording this video, there was so much background noise. Even when people join my live, they know that I live in a very noisy area. So I do not want that to get in the way of you understanding what it is that I'm doing. So slowly by slowly, 28th done, and this is the 29th one. And last but not least, 30th. Yes. And this, my friends, this chapati lovers, let me tell you, is the thing that sets our chapatis apart. Without this process, without this stage, don't expect to have layered chapatis. Layered chapatis don't fall from heaven like manna. Okay? Again, you're going to cover your dough for approximately 10 minutes, which I had done now. And once those minutes lapsed, it was time. Now this. Drum rolls. This is a wonder. I wonder because before I started joining TikTok lives, people used to doubt that I roll my chapatis using my bare hands. All the time, the skeptics would say that I use a machine. So TikTok has given me a platform where people go to see me do what I love best. And actually, squashed all their doubts. All right. So I'm also very happy that I get to do this. I really, really love my job. I also do not know how perfect these dough balls end up turning out to be round chapatis, but I will tell you that it is consistency. I've been doing this since 2019, and definitely those are 6 years of experience. So it doesn't always start easy, but with consistency, it becomes very easy. So I'm pretty much going to roll out the first 10 chapatis and then I'll cook. Why would you roll all those chapatis, you might ask? It's because I have 4 pans. I cook using 4 pans. Yes, 4. I'm the ultimate chapati DJ. So I'm quickly rolling out the 10 chapatis, and because I know I'm very fast and the pans are also very nice, I am going to spend little or no time making these 30 chapatis. I mean, it's just 7 rounds of 4s, so that would be 28. And the chapatis are 30. So I'm definitely going to do that within no time and will be done. And that is why I made sure to roll out the first 10 so that I can cook all of them at once. And then as I progress, I'll just be rolling and cooking, rolling and cooking. So that is what I'm doing. 9. And the last, not the last, the 10th one for this batch. Then you start cooking, which is the most exciting bit that people keep telling me, let's see how you're cooking. Can you see how you turn into practice? Look at that. How good are my shapes? What do you think? Do you really think I'm a perfectionist? Kindly let me know in the comment section, or let's get to cooking. Let's get to the cooking, guys. I'm almost biting my tongue. I'm really trying. You guys should give me some, accolades. You are not able to see the 2 other pans. I was really struggling to get a perfect position, but for this one, I've already placed the 4 chapati. So I have these ones that you're seeing in 2 on the other side. And one thing is that I only pre-cook one side, and I'll also apply oil on one side. That 1 tablespoon that I'm going to apply on this side is enough to cook both sides. So that is what I do, and that is what works for me. The minimum, if you can reduce that time, well, you really want your chapatis to cook, but I also assure you that applying too much oil does not help. And you will even find people arguing that this 1 tablespoon of oil that I'm using for both sides is too much. So you can imagine if you're using both sides, which I was initially. I know most of my old videos would see me applying oil on both sides, but when I learned that the oil that we use on one side is enough to cook both sides, I've never looked back. So I'm not only teaching you how to make good chapatis, I'm also showing you economical ways to go about it and still end up with very nice chapatis. So there you go. My first 2 chapatis ready. Then remember, I have the other 2 cooking on this other side. All right. So you're not able to see that, but I'm turning them now. I noticed one pan was a bit slower, so I moved the chapatis to the pan that was already hot. I've removed the third one. This is the 4th one that I'm working on, and within no time, done. So I tried and thought, let me try to move my tripod. So clearly trying not to get in the way, but you're still able to see. But that is what I was talking about. Yes, I cook using 4 pans. That is just what works for me because I'm very fast at rolling, and I can roll 4 chapatis in a minute. So you can imagine using 2 pans usually, like I feel like I'm wasting so much time. So this works perfectly fine. Don't try this at home if you're not fast at rolling because you will burn everything. As you can tell, one of the pans is also giving me, kidogo rushing me, but I'm really trying not to burn these chapatis. All right, because I'm very fast, I'm able to maneuver all through the 4 pans, and as you can see, the chapatis are turning out great. Kindly rate my chapatis on a scale of 1 to 10. What or how would you rate them? You see? Yeah, it makes my work very easy, effortless, love it. I continually did that, and the same goes for each and every chapati. I always tell people that the last chapati has to be as good as the first. So I don't take chances. Every chapati matters, and every chapati deserves the attention. You cannot burn chapatis, at least not under my watch. I do not take that lightly. It should be even a crime, So as a chapati lover, I honestly try to tell people that you do not have to burn your chapatis for them to be cooked. And this pan is actually, this pan is giving me a hard time. I was trying to regulate the heat. But you see, it was a bit, for some reason, there was some wind, and the flame was moving to the side. I noticed that, but I tried to, time myself so that I don't burn the rest of the chapatis. And it is very exciting, especially when you're able to do this. And you know that I take it as an honor to have people entrust me to feed them from all the way. Most of these people may never ever meet me. And so now that you've seen how I cook, this was just me trying to rush into finishing, but still making sure that each and every chapati comes out good. Well cooked, not burnt, cooked from the center to the edges. And kindly comment down below. Let me know who you think these chapatis are going to, because I might not disclose that on this video. If you get this video to 1,000 views and 100 comments, I'm going to tell you in the next video who these chapatis were going to, as I'll also attach their video when they're receiving them. I've already told you they're going to London. I've also told you that they're going to the UK, not London, but they're going to the UK, and they're also going to one Betty Buy's friends. That should be very easy to crack. It's not so complicated, guys. Yeah, so this is now me packing the chapatis. Very hyped, excited, happy that I've managed to do these chapatis. And one thing about me is that I always command my day, if not my morning, and I try so much to speak positivity into my work. I try so much to hype myself. Sometimes I will wake up not feeling so good, but I remember the reason I started this, and I have to push. I have to keep going, and I have to stay positive. Remember, this is food. Nobody wants to eat food that has been prepared in a moody, negative energy kind of environment, So I really thank God every time I'm able to accomplish my day's orders, deliver, and the highlight of my days, it's always in the evening when the customers start giving me, feeding me in on the reviews, telling me, oh, these chapatis are as good as they look. Sometimes even riders can be slow and delay, but when the customer gets the chapati, they forget all about the delay and they tell me, I'm so sorry. There's even a customer who told me, I'm so sorry for mistrusting you because I found you online, yeah. So the product speaks for itself, and quality matters, and quality is paramount as far as I am concerned. And so here I'm just trying to sell them. Packing chapatis is not the easiest, but I tried to derive a way to go about it. It may not be very complicated. It's simple, but it gets them to my customers very safe, and you would be able to tell if somebody has tampered with it. So I mean, chapatis are not like a cake that you can put in a box, so you have to wrap them like this, label them. In this case it wasn't complicated because they were all white, but in case a customer has requested for something different and different varieties, I have to label them accordingly so that they don't confuse between the varieties, and they can choose whatever they want to have at a particular time. That's said and done, guys. That will be the end of our video. Kindly like, comment, share. Let me know what you want to see next. I will be doing these videos, and allow me to be doing voiceovers because the noise here would have gotten you so irritated you would have left. So if you've watched up to this far, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Kindly follow me, and let me connect with you on the next video. Let me know if you liked this video, and if you did, I am so grateful. Until the next one, bye bye.